So but you ain't doing that against Kawhi Leonard. Hell no, no. So you're absolutely right. Well, the Sporting News article that you read, I feel like is absolutely right, especially when the game comes down to crunch time. The matchup that you mentioned yesterday that you were looking forward to, this Houston and Dallas situation here, and it's one of those. This is one of those matchups that I was thinking about it while they were talking last night, and I was like, damn, man. It's playoff time now, man. Like, just imagine, just look at how much has been on James Harden's shoulders, and now the competition is ratcheting up. You know, can you continue to maintain that throughout the playoff, that carrying of the team? Because even if Dwight Howard makes an appearance or comes back or whatever, he's still gonna be. You still gonna have to work him back into the game and try to find what his place is gonna be. You know, I've already said, like, you come back, my man, turn into DeAndre Jordan immediately. Rim run for me, rebound, block shots. That's all I need. Yeah, I got a 2-guard with a beard that can take care of the rest of it. You know, he's a playmaker. He'll find you on dribble penetration, get you some easy dunks, all that kind of stuff. We don't need to be running no plays for you, Dwight. No, we don't need to do that at all. And look, while we not running plays for you, at practice, at shoot around, stay your ass on the free throw line. How about we do that too? Wow,
right, that's what we need.
You and your boy, you and Five, get your ass on the free throw line and up those percentages. Do I have those percentages here? I do, because I'm me. In this series, you've got Rondo at 41%. You've got Josh at 49.8. You got Dwight at 52.8, and you got another kid, the kid that comes off the bench. I can't even think of his name. He sucks too, shooting free throws. So 3 of the worst free throw shooters on the floor in this series will be on the Houston team. And that's hurting your main guy. That's hurting your MVP candidate. Because if it gets down to that situation, the same way Popovich did, he was like, all right, before this even get out of hand, you know what we're going to do? Just start fouling these bad free throw shooters and start trading 2 for 1 at least. Because the most they're going to hit is 1 on us. The odds say so. 52% is half. 49.8 is half. You know what I mean? So the odds tell us that you ain't going to hit but 1. We'll come down and get 2 or 3 if the play is there. Yeah, I'm good. Houston, speaking of the 3-ball, they hit 933 threes this year, dude.
Good God.
That's a record. By the way, in case it doesn't sound like it, that is a record, dude. Almost a damn 1,000 threes. Yeah, that would be a record. I just talked about, I had that written down, the hacker. I just put hacker ... Just pick one of these bums and do it to them. You know what I mean? I ain't even put no name by it. Just hack somebody.
Hacker. It's
like ... is what I wrote. I think Houston's X factor though in this playoffs is going to be Trevor Ariza. You know, he's a guy that can. He's a nice defender, cool, but he's a guy that can hit open shots. You know, on dribble penetration. If they start to try to use Tyson Chandler to clog that lane up, you know, put some big bodies in the lane so James Harden can get all the way to the rack. You're gonna need some guys who can spot him and shoot. Hopefully, also while we're talking about Tyson Chandler, hopefully Dwight can freaking. What am I trying to entertain him enough so that he ain't in there just parked in the damn lane swatting people's shots out the air. You know what I mean? Hopefully Josh can hit a couple of timely threes. You still got JT out there, the Jet. He's an old veteran playoff. You know, this is an old team too. So let's hope if you're not let's hope, but if you're a Houston Rockets fan, you want to hope that some of that playoff pedigree and him rising to the occasion. You've seen him do it before. The Dallas fans have seen him do it before. That he can rise to the occasion and play a little bit outside of himself. You know what I mean? He had the best season. But
I'm gonna tell you, they gonna need the old Rajon Rondo, Dallas. They gonna need the Rajon Rondo. They gonna need him to act like he's been here before. You know, because I think that matchup between he and because is starting. He's starting at point guard right now for you.
Yes.
I think
Patrick Beverly being out.
Yeah, so I think that that Rondo, I think that Rondo. I mean, not points wise, but being able to find the open man, or just being able to outquick Jason Terry. I think he has that advantage right there. But when you look at the forward play for Houston versus Dallas, I think that's where Dallas ends up. You start talking about depth, because that's really what it comes down to in the playoffs in a lot of situations is, the quality of depth that you have on your team. when you talk about the forward play with Dallas, where you have Dirk at the power forward, right, and Chandler Parsons at small forward, but then when you go to the bench, you have Amari Stoudemire and you have Al Farouk at the small forward and Amari at the power. So it's like when you start going to the bench, I think Dallas has that advantage because even with a guy, is Devin Harris playing right now?
I couldn't tell you. That's what
yeah, and J.J. Barrera, these are guys that have been there.
Ooh, the Puerto Rican point guard.
Yeah, versus, but when you start looking at Houston and you're talking about JT and Harden, Corey Brewer, I think you just mentioned Trevor Ariza, and then you have Dwight and Josh coming off the bench. I can't even think of the power forward's name for Houston right now.
Yeah, because he can't hit free throws. That's why. You don't need to know his name. He start hitting some damn free throws. Guess what? We'll say his name. He'll remain nameless until then.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, and that's what I was saying yesterday, that I think this matchup, because of course they have James Harden, and we know James Harden has been an X factor for 7 games, and with Houston having the depth advantage, I don't really know if James Harden has enough. If this thing goes 6 or 7 games, I don't know if he has enough to get Houston out in the first round.
Dude, where is this at? Because you said that, and I meant to bring this up yesterday because they kind of have their path, the Rockets' path is like the toughest one. Here it is. Come on, Mike, you highlighted it. God, I'm gonna find it, Rob. Yes, they'll have to go through Dallas first, then either the Clippers or the Spurs, and then finally in the finals, Golden State. Yeah, murderer's row. Murderer's row. You talk about James Harden. Back to the point about him being able to carry this team. He's only missed 1 game this year. You remember that was the LeBron nut kick game that he had to miss because of the suspension. This team, another nugget for you to take to the barbershop tomorrow, y'all, or to the beauty store, the beauty parlor, or whatever they call it. What they call it, the beauty shop, ladies. Yeah, this team was still 6th in defensive rating. That's with Dwight Howard missing as many games as he did. It was still number 6 in defensive rating. So we all know in the playoffs these possessions are very much like gold, and they have to be protected as such. So teams that can play defense, they're going to always have a chance, whether their shots are falling. These 933 threes aren't falling. They can still lean on the fact that they're pretty damn good on defense. We've got one more Western Conference matchup, and we got about 7 minutes to do it, and I know we can do it. The Blazers, Rip City, against the Grindhouse guys, the Grizzlies out of Memphis. Zach Randolph, Zebo, my man, not Pau Gasol, Mark Gasol, the younger brother of Pau Gasol. Obviously, you know by now, if you've been following basketball, Wesley Matthews has been out for a while now, which has kind of shortened up the Blazers. Like, they got a whole mash unit thing going out there. When they played Russ and them the other day, like a week ago, like everybody was going out. LaMarcus Aldridge had that hand ligament for probably like 2 months now. He's supposed to have surgery on it. He was like, after surgery, my team needs me, I'm going to play. And he's been it's not even a situation where he's played and then played bad because his hands messed up. That dude has sucked it up, man, and been very, 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 very productive still. Aaron Aflalo, the guy who was taking Wesley Matthews' pace, he got a shoulder. He just missed the last 4 games. Batum, with a knee, he missed the last game of the season. You still got Mike Conley for the Grizzlies, Tony Allen, respectively. Conley had a foot, missed the last 4 games. Tony Allen with a hamstring, missed the last 9 games. We all know how tricky those hamstrings are. Like, they may feel good, but as soon as you open up and run, you can snatch that thing again immediately.
Yep.
So this whole series is it's like whoever can make it out of the series alive, basically, because everyone is banged up. And we talk about the 3-ball being the equalizers. Like, Memphis is not that big on the 3-ball. The Blazers were, but guess what now? Their shooters are hurt. So now you got Dame Lillard, a guy who you can usually depend on him for some dribble penetration and some kick out, but to who? Himself? Who he kicking it out to? Who's gonna shoot the 3? Everybody's hurt. This probably gonna be the ugliest series in the West, to be honest with you. We're gonna watch it, of course. I love Dame Lillard, by the way. Dame Lillard he's that dude, man. He's cold blooded, and to be so young, I love LaMarcus Aldridge. I love his game. And to be a power forward and to be able to shoot the ball with such touch. Yeah, it's all. My sister-in-law is trying to FaceTime my old lady. Do she not know that this tablet ain't all right? Let me hit decline. She's trying she's trying to FaceTime her or whatever. You ever done that? FaceTime somebody?
Yeah, me and my daughter FaceTime all the time.
Yeah, I don't do that. Like, I'm old school. Like, talk to me on the phone. It's a phone. Let's do it. You want to FaceTime? Walk upstairs or come over or something.
Like, dude, FaceTime ain't nothing but the devil. I'm gonna just say that.
Well, yeah, it would be if yeah, if I
mean, because I can just imagine, like I feel bad for the fellas, that's out doing their thing on the side, and they main chick call, and they like, well, let's FaceTime. Well, they calling on FaceTime.
Yeah, but you gotta keep your side broad in check. Like, all right, bro, you know what it is. Get in the bathroom immediately. It'll take 5 minutes.
Where are you?
I'll be back to you. Yeah, exactly. Walk outside, act like I'm over Darren's house, and that's gonna be that.
All right. Now look, does Portland win the game in this series?
Absolutely. This series might go 7, Rob. It might be like a college basketball series where like these dudes are scoring like 80 points a game.
The reason because this is another one of those series what the Grizzlies swept during the regular season. Right. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
They went 4-0 in this series. I don't have the scores for each game, or if anybody was out in those games. I imagine somebody was probably hurt.
Yeah, those Portland situations, that Portland situation up there during playoff time, you saw it last year. They get rowdy up there in Rip City, man. Like, we're going to see some crowds. This Grindhouse crowd is going to be outstanding as well. Like, once we get to the Eastern Conference, we'll talk about the Atlanta Hawks, but if you do anything as a Hawks fan, watch these teams. Watch Golden State. Watch these teams whose fans get it, right? And watch them lose it. Turn up for real. You understand? It's gonna be epic, man. You're gonna be able to feel the energy through the television. Real quick, just some numbers on this thing. I already talked about no 3-point threats. Memphis, another team playing defense, man, 4th in defense. People don't understand that Marc Gasol is just not the brother of Powell. He's a different player than he's a lot tougher player than his brother. And he plays a lot of defense like him and Zebo down there. It's just like, okay, they show up every game and it's going to be a fight. You know what I mean? We're just going to fight. Somebody's going to win, but it's going to be a fight down here tonight.
That's why I like watching Memphis play, and if no other time during the playoffs, because these past few years, like Memphis has been really, really scrappy in the playoffs, and you really get to see them at their best, because we don't really get to see a whole lot of Memphis here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But when you get to see them in the playoffs, I mean, you earn a different kind of respect for guys like Tony Allen.
I was about to say that's another dude that's gonna fight you, Tony Allen.
Yeah. I mean, this is a very scrappy team, man. I mean, and Mike Conley, he's come along nicely since coming out of Ohio State.
You know what? Let's stop terming them as scrappy, because that's like Steve Wojciechowski. He's scrappy. This is a tough ass team. He's a bunch of tough.
Well, they tough, yeah. But you know what I mean? Like they bang.
Yeah.
Like
when you hear scrappy, that's like the unathletic white dude that's just like a try hard dude. He's scrappy. These dudes are just tough bangers, is what they are. They're gonna make you pay for everything you get on the basketball court each and every night out. And I think that's why their fans appreciate it so much, man. Because win, lose, or draw, you pretty much know you're getting their best effort every time out. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be evident. It's not gonna be like, yeah, they just missed some shots. Nah, the other team paid for it. They paid for that win when they came in here. They might have left here with a win, but trust me, they paid their toll for it. You know what I mean?
They go hurt in the morning.
Exactly. You messing with Zebo and them boys, of course. We're under a minute here, and then I think we did good. We got through the Western Conference. We'll pretty much fly through the Eastern Conference here, and then get into this 30 for 30 Soul Man about Sonny Vaccaro in the next hour. There's some other stuff on the dock, some small NFL stuff, but if we don't get to it, we just don't get to it. It's not that big a deal. Because Rob and I I'm sure we both have thoughts on the Sonny Vaccaro thing, but we definitely want to give you guys the rest of what we have on the Eastern Conference as the playoffs start. So we'll do that in the next hour. Remember, this is the Sports Kings podcast. I am Big Mike. He's Rob Calloway. We're being heard via Spreaker.com. We're on the Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Sports Kings Live, and our email address, sportskingslive@gmail.com. And to donate, it's GoFundMe /Sports Kings Live. We'll be right